What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse ranch. No, hey, so we gonna get this part 2 with this Keyshawn Davis talk going. Listen, I want to definitely say these things. Keyshawn Davis, he went in there and fought a dude. I don't care what anybody says. They can make all the excuses. That dude purposely didn't make weight. You know, it's really disgusting that these so-called professional fighters go in here and don't honor their contracts, trying to get away with not making weight so they can be bigger and stronger and, have an advantage. So basically that man was 6 pounds overweight. Fight night, he was 20 pounds overweight. So Keyshawn Davis was in there fighting a middleweight, and he still knocked him out. Still dropped him 3 times, finished him, got the job done in 2 rounds. So, that being said, because, you always have people saying, well, this guy fought this guy, he was much smaller, and this guy came up from this weight, and this guy did this and that. So we're gonna give, those same accolades to Keyshawn Davis. At the end of the day, he went in there and destroyed the guy. Fought him smart, like I said, he was in the last video. He was so poised, calm, relaxed, he was comfortable, and he was sharp. Going to the body with the jab, going upstairs, finish the first round, a nice flurry. I mean, he was on top of his game. My thing is this, and let me emphasize this. I don't guarantee shit. I'm not them. I can't go in the ring and fight for them. I can't think for them. So, only person I can vouch for is myself. But I'm not guaranteeing you, he's going to beat Tank if they fight. I'm not saying he's not going to beat Tank. Tank has more experience, and I'm not at all writing Tank off in terms of what will happen in the actual fight. What I'm saying, Tank is not as comfortable with Keyshawn Davis, for damn sure. For this man, for you that don't know by now, for Tank Davis to deactivate his X account and then delete everything off of his Instagram account. All that is he doesn't want to see or read comments from anybody. He doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that Keyshawn Davis is knocking on his door and people want that fight. And just like any fighter that has a bunch of fanboys, they're going to try to tell you, oh man, he ain't nothing. Yo, you don't even need that dude, man. Yo, he this, he that. Tank could do this and this. Here's my thing. Prove it. Back it up. Show it. There's no reason for him to not fight Keyshawn Davis. Listen, after, Shakur Stevenson had a performance that wasn't his very best, the first thing Tank told him was go and get a big win. Go get a big win, and then, so this fight can happen, right? Tank Davis is one of those fighters, sadly enough, for these fighters that's in a position where they're going to make big money regardless of who they fight. And it gets to the point where their hand is forced when people are not buying the pay-per-views or the stream. Okay, you're on the streaming service, but hey, a lot of people didn't tune in to see this. People didn't come in. That's what has to happen for a lot of these guys. To say, hey, you know what? Now, yeah, he tried to get the Lomachenko fight. Loma walked away, whatever. And like I said, and I'll say it again, if Loma's not going to come back and fight Tank, if he's not going to come back and fight Shakur, what the fuck is he coming back for? What is he coming back for? Now, if he came back and fought Keyshawn Davis, fine, great. Damn, that bear was out here. He knocked everybody's garbage over. I hope he didn't get mine, mother. But so yeah, we got to look at these fighters and understand something. This is like boxing is the only sport that I see, the only sport where the idiot fans don't want to see the fighters do what the hell makes the sport what it is and what they get paid for. This is the only sport. I don't see nobody in the UFC going, oh, ain't no need for this guy to fight this guy. He'll win. Oh, man, he ain't ready. This is going to happen. Nope, the fans are like, hey, man, let's get it. Hell yeah. Such and such versus such and such. No, in boxing, nah. We got a bunch of pansy-ass, sissy, in their feelings fanboys that can't. They don't even realize how stupid they sound. When you start talking about a fighter's not ready, once again, how many times have we seen fighters not look their best? Or Or a lot of times, let me say this, it's not even that they don't look their best all the times. A lot of times, the opponent is just better than they give them credit for. Example, I remember somebody made a comment about Muhammad Ali getting dropped by Henry Cooper. I said, okay, and your point is what? Because what he was trying to say was Ali couldn't take a punch from Tyson. I said, so you forget Ali took punches from Foreman, Joe Frazier, and like are Ernie Shavers, Sonny Liston, are you like just this stupid today? Or are you always this damn stupid? You land a punch, right? You can drop any motherfucker. But you know what they always overlook when those things happen? How the motherfucker got up and then took over. They always overlook that. They overlook things like Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston with the dirty tactic with the liniment on his gloves, had in his hair and everything to, whatever, to try to, to blind Ali, and it worked for a while. And when Ali got in there, Angelo told him, run, just run. And when his eyes cleared up, he started piecing dude up, and what happened? Beat the fight out of him, beat the confidence out of him. Sonny Liston, read up on, if you don't know Sonny Liston's story, read up on him, and even he had to cheat to try to beat Ali. So if we're going to base him being dropped by Henry Cooper and act like we don't know about the rest of his career, man, it was a good fight. What the fuck do y'all, I don't understand how somebody can go in the ring and have a great fight, a solid back and forth. Yo, these dudes is going to war. All of a sudden, the guy's exposed. I'm not going to hate Terrence Crawford, a no fighter, because of what other people say. But this is what made me laugh at all you motherfuckers that was sitting there trying to sell this Madrimov fight like Madrimov is some fucking gold standard in boxing. Like, he's the guy you want to be. He's better than Canelo. The fact that y'all even said that stupid shit. And I'm sitting there like, y'all took this guy who has 11 fucking pro fights. I don't give a fuck how many amateur fights he has. 11 pro fights, and say he was the best fighter at 154. He's better than Canelo. And okay, well, why was there no Canelo type money involved? And why nobody's talking about this dude right now? Who's his next fight going to be against? All of this bullshit, right? But once again, Keyshawn Davis has 11 fights, well, 12 now, right? So this dude is out here making waves, and he was able to get over 10,000 people in that building. I'm telling you guys like this, him, his brothers, like everybody in the car, salute everybody in that card, man. Let me tell y'all something. When you are about getting in the ring and making the fight happen, every fucking so-called fight fan should be wanting to see, like, yeah, that's what you want to see. You backwards ass casual thinking you're some boxing aficionado, casual ass fight fans are going, oh man, he ain't ready. So you motherfuckers don't even want to see fights. What the fuck do you watch boxing for? When Sean Porter made that comment, oh, when people came some fight, they didn't come for the fight. They're coming for the entertainment. And I said, it's Sean, you say that bullshit like that's acceptable, like you're okay with that. Motherfucker, this is boxing. If they want to see a bunch of people going in the ring, cutting promos and talking shit, tell them to watch AEW or WWE or TNA. Tell them to go watch professional wrestling. I tune in for the fights. I don't give a fuck about all that other shit. You can say, like Holyfield told Mike Tyson, look, I didn't say whatever he's saying about him, but point is we got the fight. So I don't even care about all the talk. Point is we got the fight. And that's all I'm focused on is the fight. That's the type of mentality that's missing. We want the fights. And Keyshawn Davis, a couple of fights ago, people were saying he's not ready. Now people are like, hold up. The Tank fans said he's not ready. Once again, I'm not guaranteeing you that he beats Tank Davis. And I'm also not telling you that he doesn't beat Tank Davis. First of all, Tank has more experience. We know that. And for Keyshawn, we know Tank knows how to adjust. We know Tank knows he understands physicality, like the physicality. He understands when you're starting to get tired. He understands how to apply the pressure. He knows these things. The thing is, if Keyshawn can avoid getting hit with these big shots, but he also can get Tank respect and keep Tank on the end of that long jab, put some hurt on Tank, swell him up, cut him up, all that kind of stuff, bruise him up. Yeah, if he can do that, and he can keep his cool and not go in there and just make, crazy mistakes, because we know all it takes is one from Tank. One clean one, and it can be over. Hey, listen, Tank fought Frank Martin. Why not fight Keyshawn Davis? I mean, let's be real. All this trying to redirect traffic nonsense, talking about going to fight, Andy Cruz. Nah. We ain't worried about Andy Cruz. But you know what? Here's my thing. For Keyshawn to keep going forward and not focus on Tank. He want the Tank fight, but if Tank decides, nope, I'm gonna pull a Lomachenko. Yeah, I'm not focused on you. Okay. The same thing goes for Tank. He tried to get Loma, but if you're not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson after the Lamont Roach fight, why not fight Keyshawn Davis? What is all of the fucking picking and choosing and waiting? See, when these fighters get cushioned, I remember Tank Davis receiving so much criticism, man. I remember it was always a mixed thing with him. They was praising him how he was knocking people out. He had that fight with Gamboa. Oh, man, this motherfucker can't even knock Gamboa out, and Gamboa got a bad leg. Oh, he's overrated. He's this, he's that. Oh, right? I remember. So every one of these fighters have their times. When Roy Jones fought Mike McCallum, I remember the commentators were saying like they were shocked that Roy was having such a tough time with him, right? But then, later on, Roy Jones said, man, when I fought Mike McCallum, me and Mike McCallum good friends. Mike called me up and said, man, Roy, I need a favor, man. I need some money. And I fought Mike McCallum, so, just for him to make some money. He said, I'm trying to hold back. Mike, a couple of times, tried to, catch me with something, and then, so I had to turn up here and there, but, okay, whatever. Bottom line is this, right? Look at what Roy Jones' legacy ended up being. Look at this shit. Even before that, we already knew what type of, competitor Roy was. But what I'm saying, everybody has that criticism. Everybody. Every fighter. There's not one fighter that hasn't had criticism. Not one. Now, for people that you don't know about certain fighters, or you didn't see any of their fights, you wasn't there during certain times, when you hear about it, well, yeah, people put a video package together, they can make a fighter seem like they were invincible. But what you got to understand about right now, what's happening in boxing, we watch Keyshawn Davis. Look, Deontay Wilder couldn't put 10 fucking thousand people in a fucking arena in Alabama. He can't do that shit. He got to be fighting. He need the right dance partner. He has to have the right dance partner. This dude just put over 10,000 people in that fucking arena. Listen, Tank Davis should be watering at the mouth like, yeah, I got Lamont Roach. I ain't focused on Keyshawn right now because I got Lamont Roach. So I get that. Focus on your fight. But there's no way that this dude should not be talking about, nobody from his team should be trying to dismiss him, man. You want to know what would have been cool? If Kenny Ellis would have typed, after we cook Lamont Roach, we barbecuing your ass next. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to get more buzz even at Tank. Because even though Tank is where he is, that's going to get people, more people want to tune in. They're going to compare performances. And you know what? The beef, they talk about the beef between them. See, Tank doing it the sissy way. Calling him a bitch, all this shit, blah, blah, blah. He going, all this tweeting shit. Well, nah, that's sissy shit, man. Get your ass in the ring. Focus on Lamont Roach. But to handle it the way he's handling it, and you taking on your social media shit, you don't want the distractions. You don't want to hear about what people to say. Yeah, when you get on top, man, people will cheer for you for a minute, but there's always people that want to see you fall. Here's a situation, people just want to see that. They want that fight. That man went in there and fought a dude that was 20 pounds heavier than him, and he went in there and still got the work done, and he got him the fuck out of there. Now, you gave Shakur Stevenson a reason of him not looking good in his fight as a reason to not fight, as an excuse to not fight him. Then you turn around and this dude goes in here and destroys, Lemos, and now you find an excuse to not, to not fight him. Look here. Keyshawn, keep doing what you're doing. And not only keep doing what you're doing, but understand, You see what you have to do to get a fight. You see how other fighters are quick to try to dismiss you because they don't want to fight you. You keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get in a situation one day where you are making bigger money. You are going to be a big name, a superstar, and you know what's going to happen. People going to be, the people that don't want to fight you now, they're going to want to fight you then because they're going to want the paycheck. But now you get to see what it's like before you get there. Make sure when you get there, you're smart and understand what's going on and give the fans what they want, what they deserve. Because you know, when it's said and done, in terms of your legacy, win, lose, or draw, people can look and say, yo, Keyshawn Davis wanted that smoke, though. He fought everybody. He was trying to fight everybody. Versus people who just basically, see, this is why when people talk about, oh, man, Floyd fucked up, stop talking about Floyd. Floyd ain't fuck up shit. Floyd record is 50-0. Floyd wasn't walking around here 18-0 talking about, man, pay me $80 million, we ain't fighting. Nah, Floyd paid his dues. And that's the thing that people don't fucking say. He paid his fucking dues. And he did what he did. And, you know, look, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is talking about what they doing has never been done in boxing. This is the biggest event in the history of boxing, this and this, all this bullshit. Man, listen here, Jake Paul or Mike Tyson not going to make $300 million or $100 million. They trying to build this little bullshit circus fight up. I'm not mad at it, man. Go do what y'all do. Circus Mania, whatever the fuck. Go do that. I'm not interested in that shit. Okay? But no matter what, and no matter what people say, no matter what people try to do to try to take shots, when these guys are understanding what's happening and how and that they need to take control of their careers, but taking control of your career don't mean I'm not gonna fight guys because I'm already super rich and I don't need that fight. Tank doesn't need the right opponent to get a big amount of money. Canelo, same thing with him. You understand what I mean? AJ might be a little different now because he done got his ass kicked again. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I'm telling you guys, when these fighters are here, Keyshawn Davis said, you know, love me while I'm here, right? I'm telling you, because when it gets to the point where fighters don't want to fight you, where fighters are saying, hey, man, you know what? Listen, I don't need this fight right now. This is one of the things that made me laugh. What's the dude's name? Brian Norman, right? After Jerron Boots in his fight, he put some bullshit tweet out. Man, you turned the fight down. You turned the fucking fight down. This is the type of shit that I be talking about, man. You turned the fight down with Jerron Boots in this. And this is what these guys do. And right now, guys that don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis will be the first ones to tweet some shit if he has a fight and don't look good. Same way like with Boots. The same dudes that turned the fights down. First ones to fucking tweet, oh, you don't this, you don't that. Nah, listen, the dude was in a fight. I give Karen credit for coming in there, changing up his game plan. He fought a tough fight, could take a punch. He showed that. Have heart, got dropped, but he got up, he kept fighting. And he wanted to show people, man, that, you know, hey, man, y'all wasn't impressed with people was impressed with his performance the first time around. There's people that understand he went from boxing to just running versus people that understood, too, that, you know, him understanding that for me to beat Boots, man, I'm not going to beat him with that style. I need to, you know, try something different. And he did. He did. And it was you can't say the second fight wasn't much better than the first one. That's because those dudes both went in there and fought. Nobody was running. They were all right there. There's a way to masterfully, okay, put on a boxing clinic. Whether you're stationary, just pivoting and sidestepping, or whether you know, and they're boxing on your heels, whatever. At the same time, man, think about it. You guys watched a good fight and you couldn't appreciate the fight because you was more, you know, into trying to shit on Jerron Boots and his performance instead of looking at it, hey, it was a good fight. Yeah, man, but this dude, Karen, okay, right. Well, Madrimov ain't no fucking world beater either, and we all know that shit. And all of the motherfucking Crawford fans that's trying to make excuses, and you sound like fucking idiots because anybody watch Madrimov fight and they're talking this shit about how decorated, how polished he is. Man, please, nobody was talking nothing about no Madrimov before he fought Crawford. Crawford don't need that fake love. He don't need those fucking fake accolades of trying to build this dude to be more than what he actually is. And at the same time, it's funny because until he was in a fight with Crawford, any name that came up in 154 was Charlo, Tim Tszyu. Nobody was really talking about no Fundora. Here and there, I heard this, because he's in the division. But, Tim Tszyu, Jaime Munguia was in a division at one point. Nobody was never talking no damn Madrimov. And we know that shit. So when we look at like a guy like Crawford, who's, pretty much at the end of his career, you got guys like Keyshawn Davis, guys like Boots Ennis that's on the come up, and you got these fools that's trying just to find any reason to try to take credit away from them. It's crazy. That's crazy. And, for the record, Keyshawn Davis said Floyd Mayweather called him after all his fights. Talk about his performance and everything. And he called him after this fight the same way. So, you know what? Here's the thing, right? Tank Davis talk a lot of shit. He getting his feelings real easy. So, hopefully this will spark something under his ass. And after the Lamont Roach fight, should he win, against Lamont Roach. And I mean, more than likely, it seemed like he would win this fight. And he'll say, hey, you know what, Keyshawn, me and you. If you look at the majority of Tank Davis conversations in the past year has been him talking shit about Floyd Mayweather, him talking shit about just it's like he does a whole lot of talking. Then he gets in the ring, finally he fights. We know he had his little jail time and all that stuff, whatever. He gets in the ring. He fights, and, they tried to make the Lomachenko fight happen. That didn't happen. So, now it's one of those, I'm no longer fighting 2-3 times a year. Everything now is going to be just pick and choose. And he said he wanted to fight all the best guys out there, right? That's what he said before his last fight. All right, then. I give Lamont Roach credit. He's a champion. Lamont Roach is actually a good fighter. Just not well known. So I'm not sacking him for this fight. The reason people are sacking him for this fight is simply because Lamont Roach is not well known. Is that any different from fucking, Rolly Romero going up fighting a 41-year-old guy that nobody knew for a belt? Is it any different from, bottom? Look, Josh Taylor, we see that he's not as good he's as good as he is, put it like that. But we see that there's holes in his game. Teofimo was able to exploit that and outfight him, outbox him, hurt him, outfought him, and outboxed him. You understand what I mean? We say that. So ain't no different from those guys. The only difference is they have more recognition. If you've seen Lamont Roach fight, if you haven't, go look at his look his fights up. Lamont Roach is actually a good fighter. But at the end of the fucking day, and he's a champion. So there's no, you go into any division and you fight a champion. For people to shit on that, oh, nobody asked for this fight. Okay, but it's still for a title. Ain't that what y'all said about Crawford fighting Madrimov? When I said, if that's the case, he got stripped for his titles. He can fight Boots, beat Boots again, and then be a 2-time fucking undisputed champion. In fact, he'd have been 3 times already. And then say, fuck it. Now I shut his mouth and let me go up to 154. Why? What's wrong with him doing that? Now he be going to 154 as a 3-time undisputed champion instead of 2-time. Now he goes up and fight Madrimov. But what's the difference? Oh, but he's fighting for a title. That's what y'all said. Okay, so why is it any different for Tank? The thing with Tank is he slowed his activity down. Like I said, we know he went to jail and all that. He claimed he wanted to fight all the top guys out there. That's what he said. Okay, Lomachenko walked away. Well, here's the thing. Shakur said they've been in talks with Tank. You have no reason to not fight Shakur. Even if you fight Shakur first, cool. But you need to be in the fight with a guy like Shakur. You need to fight a guy. You need to fight Keyshawn Davis. You need to fight these dudes. And I respect Lamont Roach skills in the ring. And the thing about Tank is Tank don't want to go to 140. So he have no reason at all to not fight any of those guys. You need to fight all of them. If you're going to stay at 135, okay, beat Lamont Roach, beat Keyshawn Davis, beat Shakur Stevenson, and then if you're going to stay at 135, then cool. Then you just fighting who's there. Undisputed, Retire. Or just stick around, just keep fighting who's ever up and coming. If the fans want to, if they paying to see it, they coming to see it, whatever. But when y'all talking all this shit about Keyshawn Davis should go to 140, man, y'all don't dictate that shit. That got nothing to do with y'all. He want to kick your ass. He ain't worried about Andy Cruz. He wants to beat you. But Keyshawn Davis already said, I don't need Tank. I'm going to become a superstar by next year. He's like, I don't need him. I want to fight him, though, because I want to beat him. And that's the right attitude to have. Don't stick around waiting. You're still young. On top of that, don't stick around, and you're younger than Tank. Don't stick around waiting for Tank. If Tank don't make his mind up that he want to get in there with you, and you making head waves, and all of a sudden you become as big as Tank or bigger or whatever, if he can do it, then cool, man. It's like I said, man, it ain't about guaranteeing who gonna win. I think it's not even about that. It's about the fact that the fights should happen. And for this dude, for all of what he just overcame, and what he accomplished last weekend, the boxing world should be proud and say, hey, man, we got a fight on our hands. Man, I hope that Keyshawn Davis can get down with Turkey, man, and he's able to get the fights that he want to get. I heard Conor Ben saying that he wants to fight against Jaron Ennis. It was another name he said. I can't remember at the time, but you see, the thing with Boots is this. Boots is in the position right now where the pay-per-view before last, he had a good showing and good fight, good win. And so now with this last performance, for the people that's not understanding, like, this is boxing, man. Your opponent come to the ring just as hyped up as you are. No different from Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas was always a good boxer. He was just known to be a quitter. I mean, things happen. Like I said, Vaughn Bean gave Evander Holyfield trouble, and people was like, fuck, what's going on? And that's when people really was like, oh, Holyfield fell off, man. I don't even know this guy, Vaughn Bean. Vaughn Bean was tougher than they gave him credit for, man. Plain and simple, y'all. It's what you wake up in the morning for. To train, to go fight, to go out and win, to get money, to get rich, to become champion. Or that's what you get up for. How the hell you get to the point where all of a sudden you're dismissing fighting different people? I mean, you look and say, damn, that's crazy that Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis never fought. Right? Yeah, that's crazy that Riddick Bowe and Tyson never fought. That's crazy that Bowe and David Tua never fought. Or Ike Ibeabuchi and Tyson never fought. Or Ike Ibeabuchi and Holyfield never fought. Or Tommy Morrison and Holyfield never fought. Yeah. We can go on. There's a whole lot more we can go on. But I'm just saying, it's so crazy when you look at boxing and go, damn, these fights never happened. Certain fights could have happened. So right now, when you have people that say, I want the smoke, and I'm not talking about saying somebody's name like Teofimo calling out Crawford's name. He know that's not going to happen. He's just trying to basically benefit off of his name. Keyshawn really wants that smoke. Y'all, once again, finding excuses to not want the fight to happen. Y'all are some real weirdos. And I just wanted to get this dude his props, man, because, in this sport right now, it's become such a circus that people don't even know the difference between real fighters. YouTube fighters, whatever you want to call them. They don't even know the difference. They don't understand integrity, man. They don't understand, like, having that self-respect, having that respect for the sport, for the art, appreciating the fans for making them rich. They come and give y'all some bullshit junk fights, and y'all hollering, screaming, and pumping y'all fists like a bunch of little weirdos. And these people are just like, yeah, that's right, dumbass. Keep cheering for me, and I'm going to keep fighting these easy fights. I'm going to keep fighting whoever I want to fight, because this is what y'all let them get away with. As soon as the motherfucker step up and really want to fight, y'all against the dude. Y'all don't like the motherfucker. Like, y'all crazy. Anyways, Keyshawn, keep doing what you're doing. And understand the business of boxing. Understand how fast these fans will turn on you. Understand everything that comes with boxing. Don't just understand how when you win, and everybody's screaming and cheering your name. You know you're going to have your haters and all that, but I'm saying understand everything. And if you in touch with Floyd, you in good hands, because I'm pretty sure Floyd giving you game on the boxing business as well. Not just who to fight and you know how you looked in the ring. It's everything, man. It's everything. Pay attention to all of this shit. Tank Davis is a badass. All right? Keyshawn Davis is a badass. Jerron Boots is a badass. Terrence Crawford is a badass. Canelo Alvarez is a badass. All right? Usyk is a badass. Inoue is a badass. There's a lot of fighters out here. Shakur Stevenson is a badass. That does not mean you're not going to have fights where, guess what, you don't look your best. And the crazy part about it is when you overcome the adversity, this is a different generation. Bunch of little spoiled sissy bitches, man. I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to keep saying it until that shit change. Because that's what this is. So these guys have no reason to not fight the top dudes. So this is why I said, when a guy like Turkey trying to get involved, and hey, the money's there, don't worry about it. All we need is for you to show up and show out. And you motherfuckers still don't want to fight? Come on, man. Tank Davis is a bad motherfucker in that ring. So ain't no reason for him to sit up here and play the stupid fucking game. You know, like I said, he got to focus on Lamont Roach right now, not Keyshawn Davis. But, you know, all this go to 140 shit. And that was his coach saying that shit. But bottom line, he's calling him a bitch and all that. Yeah, and all this talking shit. But it's like, yo, do you want to fight or no? I tell y'all what. Let's wait until the Tank Davis-Lamont Roach fight is over. Let's see how that play out. Should he win the fight? Let's see where he goes from there. Because right now, Keyshawn Davis earned a lot of people respect. Despite the naysayers and the haters jumping on there, tweeting their little bullshit messages, a lot of people respected him even more. And now they want to see that fight. You see the progression in this dude, fight after fight. And like I said, a couple of fights ago, people would have been like, nah, he ain't ready. And they were saying he wasn't ready. See how all that changed? Tank Davis went through the same exact thing. He ain't fighting nobody. He ain't doing that. Oh, man, he ain't fight. Yeah. And now look at the position he's in. So, all the Davis brothers, man, keep doing what y'all doing. You know, everybody that fought on the card that night, man, it was cool to see that shit happen the way it did, man. And let me say this too, okay? And let me make myself clear. I don't have no problem when you have Cinco de Mayo and have an all-Mexican card. I don't have a problem when I watch Japanese boxing. I watch a lot of kickboxing. I watch a lot of all that shit. You know, one fighting championship. I don't give a fuck about where people from. So let me say, it felt great to see all these black fighters on this card go in there and do their motherfucking thing. That felt great to see that. And I said, long time ago, nobody has a problem with saying that you should have a Cinco de Mayo card, have all Mexican card. Right, okay, cool, no problem. No problem. But the same fucking way, like I said, I seen all these brothers. Instead of these motherfuckers uniting and putting great cards on and hey, nah, y'all want to not fight each other and all this goofy shit? Nah, hell no. That's why I said in my last couple of videos ago, what the fuck y'all think black don't sell? What kind of stupid shit is that? It can't be two black guys as a main event? Crawford and motherfucking Jerron Ennis ain't a main event? Huh? Keyshawn Davis versus Tank Davis ain't a main event? Are y'all stupid or something? So yeah, this ain't about nobody being racist or none of that goofy shit. You understand? Like I said, anybody can salute their people, big up their people, wave their flag, and talk about an all-Mexican card, or, when Inoue go over there and fight in Japan, all the fighters, whatever, right? Bottom line. So this felt great to see these brothers go in here and shine the way they did. This is some shit that should have happened a long time ago. And guess what? The fact is, it happened last weekend, and they were all successful, and they did what they had to do. But once again, when a person fight and, they get knocked down, motherfucker jump right back up. But he go in there and knock my man out. It was a back and forth. It was a solid fight. It was an entertaining fight. And bottom line, You always going to have these ignorant people that just talk and run their mouth. Everybody's a critic behind a little fucking phone camera. Y'all don't know what the fuck a good fight is anymore. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, expect the hate. And like he said, I need everybody to go against me. Yeah, he knows when you're the bad guy, more people want to see you lose. He understands all that, but it's like, don't get frustrated and get lost in the shuffle. Keep your focus, do what you're doing, keep whooping ass, accomplish what your goal is and your mission is in this sport. And you know what? There's going to be somebody else after you. Somebody going to be after that person, and that's just the way it goes. And all that bullshit about black people are no longer dominant in this sport. In the heavyweight division, we ain't got shit. You understand what I mean? But that's bullshit. We got some solid fighters out there, and I've been reading the comments. I see these little racist ass comments and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you see a black fighter step up, and that motherfucker looking good in the ring, and he ain't in there lying to people like I ain't gonna get into this. I got another video for that. What I was about to say, but you know, he's in here doing his thing. Man, listen, enough talk. Way too much talk. Make the fights happen. Bottom line. That's what the fuck you get paid to do. That's what the sport of boxing is. Let's fucking fight, not argue, and talk and argue on fucking social media. That's bitch shit. Make the fucking fights happen. Salute to the Davis brothers. All them brothers did their thing. Everybody that was on that card, winners and losers. It was a good night of boxing. It was a solid. The fights were good, man. And I'm going to tell you this. Once you get to the top, trust me, a lot of the same people, not because, I'm not talking about because you give them reason to, but I'm saying people are just like that. You get to a certain point, now they try to find somebody, after they've been cheering your name all this time, they got to find somebody they think can beat you. And then they turn on you. It's so much shit that happens. Pay attention to everything. Like I tell you guys, experience learned is in losses, draws, wins, and all. The fact that you're in the ring, not just when you win. So experience learned the same way is everything that you see going on. All your shortcomings that you able to turn into something different and you get what you want. Remember, so you don't do the same shit to fighters. Them shots that nobody wanted to give you, you give to other fighters. You change the game. You do things and take control of your own career. Trust me when I tell you, when you get injured, you get old, anything happen when you can't perform the same way, they're going to push you aside and they're going to pull somebody else in. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.